It starts with Bayern Munich's surprise entrance into the race for Crystal Palace captain Marc Guéhi, a player once so close to signing for Liverpool that Anfield's kit room was already preparing his jersey. But now, things have changed. According to Sky Germany, Bayern's sporting director Max Eberl is obsessed with the Englishman's style, his calmness on the ball, leadership, and physical dominance, and the Bavarian giants see him as the perfect partner to shore up their backline. Guéhi's contract runs out next summer, meaning Bayern could snap him up for nothing if Palace can't convince him to extend. Liverpool's heartbreak only adds spice to this saga. They had Guéhi practically secured, only for Palace to pull the plug at the last second when they failed to sign a replacement. Arne Slot had already envisioned him as Virgil van Dijk's heir, a young leader ready to take command. But that dream collapsed, and now Bayern are circling like sharks. The plot thickens with whispers that Guéhi himself dreams of a move to Real Madrid, while Barcelona have quietly joined the hunt too. What started as a transfer battle could turn into a full-blown European bidding war. For Palace, it's a nightmare scenario. They can't afford to lose their captain for free, yet they can't stop him from dreaming bigger. The closer we get to January, the hotter this story burns. And with Liverpool still desperate for defensive reinforcements, the question is whether they'll move fast enough before Bayern, Real, or Barca steal their man. Meanwhile, in Manchester, a storm is brewing around Bernardo Silva's future. The Portuguese magician has been the heartbeat of Pep Guardiola's Manchester City dynasty, scoring crucial goals, dictating tempo, and acting as the bridge between defense and attack. Yet, despite his brilliance, Silva's next move is shrouded in uncertainty. His contract runs until 2026, but interest from Barcelona and Juventus is growing louder by the day. For Juve, the obstacle is money. $300,000 per week is too steep for the Italian giants, unless Silva agrees to a pay cut. Barca, however, are playing the long game. Deco, their sporting director, reportedly contacted Silva's camp directly, seeing him as the missing piece in Hansi Flick's tactical revolution. To Deco, Silva's intelligence and fluidity make him a dream signing, one capable of reviving the tiki-taka era that defined Barcelona's golden years. But this isn't just a two-club race. The Saudi clubs are back at it, waving blank checks and promises of superstardom. Al Nassr and Al Qadsiya are preparing offers north of $500,000 per week, plus astronomical bonuses. They want Silva to be the face of the post-Ronaldo generation, the marquee man who legitimizes their league on the world stage. For Silva, the choice is agonizing. Stay at City and continue chasing European glory under Pep's meticulous command? Join Barcelona and become part of a rebuilding legacy steeped in football romanticism? Take Juve's offer and lead a new chapter. In Italy? Or follow the money to the Middle East and trade legacy for luxury? Pep's silence on the matter is deafening, and City's relaxed approach suggests they know change is coming. The decision, as insiders say, rests entirely in Silva's hands, and whatever he chooses will reshape not only his career, but City's future identity. Over in Manchester's red half, the situation looks even messier. Ruben Amorim's time at Old Trafford is hanging by a thread. The team's performances have been erratic. One win followed by a frustrating loss, no consistency, no chemistry. The board's patience is wearing thin, and fans are restless. Reports from Spain claim that Unai Emery has emerged as the top candidate should the club decide to move on from Amorim. Emery, who has transformed Aston Villa into a European contender, is admired for his tactical discipline and calm control of chaotic dressing rooms, exactly what United are crying out for. Since taking over Villa in 2022, he's guided them into European competition 3 times and never finished outside the top 7. His system is efficient, organized, and resilient, the polar opposite of United's current turmoil. The twist? Emery recently signed a 5-year extension with Villa in 2024, pledging loyalty to the club that resurrected his reputation. Yet, insiders whisper that the allure of Manchester United, the legacy, the resources, the global stage, would be impossible to ignore. It's football's version of destiny calling. The question is whether Emery would risk leaving the stability of Villa for the chaos of Old Trafford. As for Amorim, he knows the stakes. His recent comments admitted as much. He understands that patience at United is short-lived. If results don't turn around soon, the writing might already be on the wall. While managerial seats heat up across Europe, another familiar face might be on the verge of a comeback. Erik ten Hag, recently dismissed after a turbulent spell at Bayer Leverkusen, could be returning to his roots. Ajax, desperate for stability after a disastrous run, are considering rehiring the Dutchman who once led them to Champions League glory. His tenure at Leverkusen was brutally short, just 3 matches before being sacked, and he made it clear the decision blindsided him. "This wasn't about results," he said. "The relationship was never built on mutual trust." For Ajax, a reunion makes perfect sense. Under Ten Hag, they played some of their most electrifying football in decades, and fans still hold him in high regard. A second spell could give both the manager and the club a fresh start, a chance to rebuild something meaningful away from the chaos of Germany and England. And then, there's the situation in Barcelona. Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, one of the best goalkeepers of his generation, is facing an uncertain future. After battling a long back injury, he's set to return. But there's a problem. His replacement, the young Joan Garcia, has been phenomenal. The coaching staff are now divided between sticking with the in-form youngster or reinstating the veteran captain. With Garcia returning from a minor knee injury around the same time as Ter Stegen, it's created a delicate dilemma. There's simply no room for both. According to Diario Sport, Premier League giants Manchester United, Newcastle, and Tottenham have all reached out about a possible move. Ter Stegen still has 2.5 years left on his deal, but with Germany needing a fit, match-ready keeper ahead of the World Cup, sitting on the bench isn't an option. Barcelona, caught in financial restrictions, are open to letting him go, but only if he asks for the transfer himself. The plan would likely be a loan with an option to buy, allowing clubs to test his form post-injury before committing long-term. For Ter Stegen, it's a tough decision. Stay in Barcelona as captain, but risk losing his spot. Or move to England, reclaim his form, and prove he's still among the elite. The next few months could define the rest of his career, and clubs across Europe are watching closely. So as the football world spins into another transfer frenzy, one thing is clear. Every decision, every signing, every rejection, every shift of power carries the weight of legacy. Bayern's pursuit of Guéhi could reshape their defense. Bernardo Silva's crossroads could signal the end of an era at City. Manchester United's managerial uncertainty could trigger a new cycle of chaos. And Ter Stegen's choice could redefine the balance between loyalty and ambition.